Breaking news. Apparently, all Golden Globes assets, including the rights, the properties, and just the award show in general, have been acquired by Dick Clark Productions, and the Hollywood Foreign Press Association is to be winded down. Welcome back to the Hannahcast YouTube channel, and today, we're gonna be talking about some pretty major, awards news. Now, if you don't know what the Golden Globes are, the Golden Globes were this awards show held by the Hollywood Foreign Press Association. Basically, it's a bunch of film journalists that represent other countries that live in the United States. Let's say you're a journalist, a film journalist from Canada, but you are currently in the United States, so you would be eligible for the Hollywood Foreign Press Association. This is considered the second biggest awards out there. There's the Oscars and then there's the Golden Globes, or at least in terms of how big it is. In terms of how legit they are, but it's right up there with the BAFTAs. The Golden Globes have been a big staple in Hollywood, but at the same time, they've also been at the heart of a lot of controversy, because a few years ago, it was revealed that the Hollywood Foreign Press Association, despite having 80, 90 members, not one of them was black. They did not have a single black member, which is very weird because out of over 80 film journalists, you couldn't get one of them that was black? I can maybe understand if a group of, I don't know, 5, 10 people, there wasn't a black person. But once you start getting into, 80 and 90 members, at that point, you're just trying to exclude black people. But that's not all. The Golden Globes have also been involved in a lot of controversy involving pretty much rigging the awards, because you'll have the Golden Globes nominate The Tourist for Best Picture, Musical, or Comedy, and have Johnny Depp be nominated for Best Actor, Musical, or Comedy, and Angelina Jolie for Best Actress, Musical, or Comedy, despite the fact that The Tourist was not only a very poorly received film, but it's so not a comedy. And then you have other weird scenarios where music, one of the most horribly reviewed films of 2021 getting nominated for Best Picture, Musical, or Comedy. Well, news came out around that same time where it was revealed that there were no black members of the Hollywood Foreign Press Association, where the Hollywood Foreign Press Association would be willing to receive gifts from studios in order to consider these films to be nominated and stuff. And that's not good. And this is exactly why I still say the Oscars aren't rigged, because the problem is the Oscars, unlike the Golden Globes, they have very strict rules about campaigning and what you can and cannot do. Hell, even this year, they've made the restrictions even tighter. The Academy is so huge that if you tried to sway the votes of 200 people, that wouldn't make a dent in the overall vote of the Academy. Which, even then, even if you were able to do that, 200 people? Someone's gonna squeal. And if things couldn't get worse, Brendan Fraser even said that the former president of the Hollywood Foreign Press Association sexually assaulted him at one point. And all these controversies were so huge to where for the 2022 ceremony honoring the films of 2021, the Golden Globes were just shut down. NBC said, yeah, no, we're not gonna air the Golden Globes this year. And we just didn't have a Golden Globes, and there was just press releases, and so it was very anticlimactic, but it does show that the Golden Globes have lost a lot of trust in people. And so with this news that Dick Clark Productions has acquired the Golden Globes in its entirety, it does raise a lot of questions. Well, for one, and yes, as I said before, the Hollywood Foreign Press Association is apparently gonna be dismantled. They're just, I guess it's just not gonna be a thing anymore. But however, then there also comes the question, if the Golden Globes are gonna be continuing under Dick Clark Productions, who's gonna be the voting base? This is interesting. Who's gonna be voting for the Golden Globes? Like, is there still like that Hollywood Foreign Press membership? Like the people that are in the membership, do they still get to vote? Because if not, I don't know who you really get to vote. The one thing I would be really concerned over is if it becomes even more commercialized, because now you're actually getting a production company that owns this award show, and that could potentially be problematic in that we see more kind of vote rigging. Again, I don't really know how this is going to go down. I'm kind of reading this from Deadline. As part of the deal, Dick Clark Production and its partners will plan, host, and produce the annual Golden Globes Awards show and will pursue commercial opportunities for the Golden Globes globally. The Dick Clark Productions announced in February that the 81st Golden Globe Awards will be held on Sunday, January 7th, 2024. There is no broadcast partner yet for the event after the award show's most recent contract with its longtime network NBC had come to an end. Discussions have been held with outlets including NBC. So yeah, it is a bit strange. Like, I'm wondering what exactly is going on here. Like, I'm hoping, like, for the best case scenario, I'm hoping that we still have like the same kind of idea with the people that vote, like, you know, foreign outlets that live in the United States voting, but they're using this as an opportunity to include way more members, like get several hundred and possibly thousands of these film journalists, because I feel like that would very much make the Golden Globes a much more legit ceremony. And not only that, definitely cutting back on the vote rigging, which actually, if I'm not mistaken, the Golden Globes have already made a lot of steps to stop that, where it's like they're not going to be accepting gifts from studios anymore. That does help, because here's the thing, I want award shows to be more legit. Like I don't want an awards show to just, you know, falter, because award shows, I feel like, are a great way to honor art. And I know it's a lot of it, like, people say, oh, it's just Hollywood patting itself on the back, but it's like, I really, like, there is like something great about honoring art. And especially when it comes to something like the Academy Awards, it's literally, you know, the filmmakers honoring their peers, and there's really nothing more honorable than that if you're a filmmaker. I want to see some more improvements with the Golden Globes, because I feel like there's a lot of good that can be done with this, but obviously there's that shaky history. But hopefully this news right here can help fix that, or at least like help mend those wounds. But now I pose the question to you. What do you think of the Golden Globes being acquired by Dick Clark Productions? Again, all the rights to the Golden Globes, the assets, the properties, everything about the Golden Globes is now being acquired by Dick Clark Productions. How do you think this will change the Golden Globes? Let me know in the comments what you think. Thank you so much for watching, and consider hitting that subscribe button, because if you don't, maybe you will be left on top of a Golden Globe.